Hello there all my goalers, it's Daniel here, and today I want to talk about the idea of a possible Cristiano Ronaldo comeback to Manchester United in the summer transfer window. Yes, it sounds crazy, yes, it's more realistic on FIFA career mode, but for me it would be the perfect match, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, some Man United fans have been getting excited recently because Ronaldo followed their club on Instagram. Not a massive thing given he played for the club years ago, but also several media reports coming out of Italy claiming that Juve may want to sell Ronaldo in the upcoming transfer window because his contract expires in 2022 and the club may face financial issues in the future. Ronaldo is one of the greatest players to ever grace the game. If you were to ask me Ronaldo versus Messi, I find that debate a little bit tiresome, but to annoy the comments of this video, I'm more a Ronaldo guy. I have so much admiration for his work rate, his talent, his ability in so many big moments to step up and score crucial goals. I think the way he's continued to break records, continued to prove people wrong, even at the age he is now with everything he's accomplished. You watch some of his fitness workouts on Instagram and he's still an animal, he still wants more. And that's for me why I believe this could happen, because I think a player of his age will still want to prove people wrong. I think he'd be the type of player to hear people dismiss him returning to the Premier League, look at his age, claim he can't do it anymore, and that's why he'd want to return to the Premier League with Man United and do it all over again and prove himself once again. That's one of the reasons. Quick disclaimer guys as well, I'm a Chelsea fan, so the idea of Ronaldo returning to Man United to haunt my club once again is frightening, it really is. It was quite easy to admire Cristiano Ronaldo and the wonder of his talent from a distance in Spain, you know, watching him play for Real Madrid, scoring Champions League finals, win tons of titles, break loads of records. I could admire him for the world-class talent he was. It's not as easy to admire Ronaldo when he's scoring against your club in the Premier League. So that's one thing and why it's frightening. But I think that for Ronaldo, for the Premier League, for Man United, I think it would be an incredible story. And I think for many reasons, and I'll get to it in terms of for Ronaldo's own career, I think narratively it would end his career in a complete circle. But we'll get to that. Firstly, I look at Ed Woodward, the chief exec of Man United. For me, this is almost my key reason why I think this deal could happen, because Woodward loves a massive signing. He loves that marquee glamour signing in the summer transfer window. He loves it more than I like pizza, which is debatable, but he loves that big signing. Angel Di Maria, Paul Pogba, Harry Maguire, the recent chase of Jadon Sancho, Alexis Sanchez. He loves signing big players, and I think there aren't many bigger signings he could make currently to appease the whole Man United fan base, like re-signing Cristiano Ronaldo. You think about the buzz, you think about the talk, the PR, the signed shirts, all the shirts being sold with Ronaldo 7 on the back once again. It would be incredible. It would be the mega story of the summer. So Ed Woodward for me is the first reason I think this deal could happen. Sometimes I think to the detriment of Man United. He's trying to sort of create the Harlem Globetrotters of the Premier League and the Galacticos like Real Madrid. I don't think that always works out best for Man United, but I think he himself would see this as a mega deal that could put a lot of smiles on Man United faces. Also, it's this constant clamour for Man United fans of the old Man United. Whenever they lose big games, whenever they languish in form, they're struggling to compete at the top of the Premier League, you'll constantly hear ex-players, pundits and supporters sort of clamour for that old dominant Man United of the 90s and 2000s under Sir Alex Ferguson. You know, pretty much since 2013 when Sir Alex retired, Man United haven't seriously competed for a Premier League title. I mean, this season, the 2021 season, is the closest it feels like they've got, but even then, I look at Man City, probably still going to win it under Pep Guardiola, and there still are those performances with Man United that you just feel wouldn't have happened maybe 10 years ago with the Red Devils. And I feel that Ronaldo maybe bringing back and instilling that old winning mentality, bringing that nostalgia back, Ed Woodward buying into that old nostalgia, could maybe propel them from a team challenging just for top 4 to challenging for the Premier League title next season. So that's another reason for me. Also, I look at Cristiano Ronaldo's incredible physique and conditioning, and I look at Zlatan Ibrahimovic still playing upwards of 40 in Serie A, and I think that Ronaldo could go to a similar age given his physique, given how much he cares about his fitness, keeps himself in top physical condition to go week in, week out. Now, this isn't to say if he was to return to the Premier League, he could maybe match his older numbers, his younger numbers, sort of when he was such a big star in the Premier League. I think of like that 06-07 where he was absolutely ridiculous in the Premier League. You maybe have to manage him a little bit better, but the idea looking at his age and dismissing him, I think is a flawed argument personally. I look at Thiago Silva arriving at the Premier League at the age of 36 with Chelsea, and his performances this year have been so impressive. The pedigree he showed for PSG and AC Milan, he's replicated it for Chelsea. So the idea an older player can't come into the Premier League, and as well, Ronaldo knows the Premier League from earlier on in his career, so the idea he's completely foreign to this league is stupid as well. So I feel Ronaldo could replicate this, and you may have to manage him a little bit better than before. I don't think he can play every game, but Man United have a pretty talented squad already, so they can rotate him in and out. Also, I feel about the influence he could have on young players. I'm mainly looking towards Marcus Rashford and Mason Greenwood, both really talented, exciting players, especially for England. But Marcus Rashford, it feels a little bit silly to call Rashford, say, an untested youngster. You think about the influence he's already had for Man United, even at the age of 23. I just feel for both Greenwood and Rashford, it's that decision making in the final third, and I feel Ronaldo could add a relatability factor. You know, he was once that fresh-faced young talent in the red shirt trying to make an impact and take himself to the next level, and maybe that wisdom and influence and playing alongside him could help these players go to that next level. I feel Rashford's got an incredible future. His ability out wide, I look at Mason Greenwood, his finishing already at such a young age is so frightening, and you think about the potential of that player and just the influence all around. I think about the academy too at Man United, the influence Ronaldo returning could have on them, sort of an inspirational story for them personally. I think all round it could do wonders for sort of the mentality not only of senior first team players, but for younger players trying to break through into that Man United first team. I think it's obvious as well to mention Man United's best player currently, Bruno Fernandes, and the connection he has naturally to Cristiano Ronaldo. Of course, both from Portugal, both play for the national side. I just think of the dream scenario of them playing together in the Premier League, and Bruno Fernandes' creativity, those sumptuous defence-splitting passes through to Cristiano Ronaldo to finish. Bruno revealed in 2020 when he signed for Man United that Ronaldo convinced him to join the Red Devils, and there's clearly a connection, a friendship there. You think about the connection they have at a national level, think about taking that to the Premier League too, and I feel there's a lot of burden on Bruno Fernandes at the moment to be that focal point for Man United. He has been incredible. You know, I think about those old Man United sides and those players of that time like Ronaldo, and you feel about the current team lacking some of that mentality, that ability to score big goals and do big things in clutch moments. Bruno Fernandes absolutely has that in spades. He's been an incredible signing for Man United, one of their best in recent years, and you're seeing that at the moment, the records he's breaking. He's going to be a big player for them, but unfortunately, if Bruno isn't always at his best level, he can be nullified, and Man United overall can be nullified. And I just feel adding someone of Ronaldo's ability on top of that is going to give opposing defenses much more to think about next season. Next is probably my most negative point of this video, and it's surrounding the frailties of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as head coach. I feel his teams are too heavily reliant on individual brilliance, and it seems now Solskjaer has ridden the wave of negativity. He's gotten through some really sticky patches, and it seems like he's still going to be in the hot seat next season. Now, with that reliance on individual brilliance within his system, I feel you're going to need more help next year as well. And it seems, as I said in my previous point, Bruno when he's nullified, even Rashford when he's nullified, not in his game, it feels like the system really deteriorates quite quickly, and someone with Ronaldo's alien ability to change games on a dime is going to give Man United the most frightening and devastating attack potentially in the Premier League, whilst other teams have more impressive coaches like Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp and Thomas Tuchel. And my last point is about narratively, the full circle element to this for Cristiano Ronaldo's personal career. Returning to the club, he made his name. Yes, he was a teenager at Sporting Lisbon, and yes, he was uncovered there by Sir Alex in that now iconic pre-season friendly where they signed him that summer, and as they say, the rest is history. But everyone knows Cristiano Ronaldo's name because of what he did at Man United in the mid-2000s. Some of the best individual seasons we've ever seen in the Premier League, and I think will be hard to match in the future as well. Him returning to Old Trafford, maybe the influence he could have on younger players, sort of passing the torch to the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford for the future as well, I think would be wonderful. And if, say, he could have a hand in Man United getting back to the top of the Premier League, it would be a special story that Man United fans would crave forever. So that's why, for me, I feel Man United should try and re-sign Cristiano Ronaldo, because I think it would be the perfect match this summer. So thank you so much, oh my godless, for taking the time to watch this video. Get down in the comments below and let me know not only your thoughts on a Ronaldo return to the Premier League and Man United, but any other big returns you'd love to see in the Premier League this summer. Let me know, and make sure you subscribe to Oh My Goal so you don't miss any of the Premier League debates on this channel moving forward.